Hey, what's going on? It's Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the boys? Dan Blazarian countdown.
What's this they call it, the podcast?
Morning good. Oh, I love that.
Welcome to Morning Good.
All right, we're here. It's fucking morning good. This is
Welcome to Morning Good.
thanks for the amp check. Love Dirty Mike and the boys. This feels like I don't know. Like before this, I was like I'm kind of tired. I'm sweet because I have a high food. And then the second I was like, we're recording with fucking James Donlon and Paddy. This is
That's right.
Nutrients in your stomach.
Yeah, this added nutrients, dude. Because it's like.
Really?
I don't know. Look, I'm gonna pretend like I like my other guests. I don't like it as much as these guys.
You can't.
You guys are the
There's
top
no way.
ones. Joe
yeah.
Gorman comes in close, dude. He's a fun.
He
little
does
treat.
come in close. There's something about Joe though that I'm like what does he do when he's not podcasting? You know,
I don't know.
there's like that's a
I think
question
he
that I
he
think
literally
about.
just smokes pot and plays video games. I picture him eating Gushers. He seems like a big Gushers guy.
Yeah.
Seems like he only eats kids' foods like SpongeBob,
fruit by the
Cheetos,
fruit,
and stuff.
foot.
Or not Cheetos, but what do you call the little
Takis?
SpongeBob Cheez-Its?
Oh yeah.
Cheese nips?
Cheese nips.
Yeah. They got the characters on them.
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you're here? We just start a little with the cheese nips. You're like, I can't believe I'm here. So, cheese nips. What are you doing down here? What?
Dude, I did Easter with my family, which was everything's just been this diet thing is terrible, and I'm never doing it again. It's like there was a whole buffet. They took me to like a country club buffet for like wonderful food, and I just had salmon.
Right.
It was terrible.
Well,
They were like,
the salmon's pretty good.
yeah, but my dad's just like, holy fuck, this fucking French toast is the best.
Did you ever
thing
think
I've
about
had."
just pretending you were a bear?
And just,
Being like, this is the best Easter
It's
ever.
just-
You guys have a nice river I can catch this out.
Yeah, if you had someone like wiggle it around and you had to just go get it with your mouth,
Yeah.
That
it
would be
would have
more
made
fun.
it taste better too.
That is true. Yeah.
Because you would have been like, I worked for this, and
Yeah.
you know,
Instead, I watched my father literally come in his pants eating a fucking the waffles.
Filet.
Everybody in my family is like, you have to the waffles. Like they were going insane. They were like, no, I need more. It's so good. I'm like, are you guys fucking with me?
Was it like Filipino guys in chef hats like cutting meat there too?
Oh, dude, they had one of those. I did have some ribeye where they got like the little like what I'm talking about, a little.
A
yeah.
little slice. And you got to be like, a little thicker than that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love
a little
ordering
thicker,
a guy
a little
around
thicker,
to
yeah.
cut meat. That's fine.
I don't even care about the ribeye. I just want the knife that's that sharp.
Yeah.
You know how they just like it's just like butter.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Like even cutting a tomato, I'd like
with
that. You know,
I used an X-Acto knife today to cut drywall, and that was pretty fun. I
that
like
is.
the little-
Although the sound and the texture makes my like skin crawl.
yeah.
That's why I could never be Mexican.
Do they cut things?
Well, yes, but also drywall.
I could never be an MS-13. Maybe. I wonder. Do you think there's any icky gangsters with blood? Like they're fine killing people, but they just don't want to look once it leaks. They're like,
Yeah.
It's just too much.
Yeah, like Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Kill him. Oh, wait till I turn around. I now go.
We used to have our friend's dad. We used to play a little character like that. He was this Hispanic guy, and he was like loaded. Like came to this country with like nothing, and then opened like a car dealership. But we always like made this like reluctant gangster character where he's like, look, I don't want to be a bad guy, but I'm going to have to kill your family. Like people look at me like I'm the big gangster, so I'm going to have to kill your daughter. It's not my favorite thing to do. You seem like a really nice guy, but I just have to do this.
Yeah. Because you didn't pay for your Honda Civic.
I'm going to have to.
I give you a great APR.
What does APR stand for? A penis review?
Yes.
Where you're
I
gonna
like
get-
those. I like penis. You ever
You
watch
like a penis review?
Dude, there's this one video where it's
You watch other guys' penis reviews?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Who
If you
do-
say
wait,
I
who-
like them, I assume you like people to rate your penis.
No. I like watching women review guys' penises, and then I find one that looks kind of like mine. And I go, "Oh, this is basically her reviewing my penis."
Wow.
Really?
Is everything, is it out of 10? And is it just like how many inches long out of 10?
Well, there's one that was called like Kay's Planet, and it'll just be like a naked guy standing there and a woman just just being like, I don't like this. I
Right.
do like that.
Like a dog show. They're like touching the ball and they like feel the top of it.
Yeah, I kind of like it. It's kind of fun. But I mean, here, I didn't know about the fucking. This is the porn stuff is scary here.
Yeah, well, they have like a quarantine.
A quarantine.
Oh, you mean how you can't watch porn in Florida?
You can just go to other websites, but like X Hamster tried to get on there and it made me put my face in like I was doing like I put my head in like a little frame to like.
You had to upload your face to watch porn.
Yeah.
I wonder if like
it's like this guy
I like
fisting videos.
it's funny because if you go to Pornhub, there's like a picture of like a porn star and like just being like, yeah, you can't do. I wonder if like you try to watch like child porn in Florida. If there's like Boss Baby is like, sorry, because of Ron DeSantis, you can't.
You can't watch child porn.
Yeah.
Well, you try to watch bestiality. There's a horse.
Yeah, there's a penguin.
Hello, thank you.
I didn't understand the rules a little bit because I think I didn't know quite what was happening, so I did a little Googling and I mis-Googled something. It basically said like Article 432 like makes obscene porn illegal in Florida. And then I was like, it was examples and somebody like it's somewhere it's like urination on there. It's not illegal. It's like a court of law could consider that obscene. You know how it's like one of those things where like
Yeah, that's like really gray, isn't it?
No, it's pretty yellow.
This guy's ready.
This guy.
No, it is great, but I was watching porn last night. It was very funny because like I clicked on it was whatever. It was fucking fart porn. There was a chick farting. It popped up. I was like, let me click on it. But I was like, I might get arrested just because my brain. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm going down like this. I'm like, I'm gonna be the Nelson Mandela for this. I was like, I'll be a martyr.
Right.
Take me out.
Yeah, you imagined yourself like walking out of a courthouse with like people with signs like free Michael,
Free Michael,
3 charges of fart porn.
I will not jerk off until everyone can jerk off. Your balls are huge.
2 charges of jizzing into a balloon animal.
Oh, dude! Speaking of balloon animals, I haven't even talked about the clown job on this podcast at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
We
So
talked
we
about it on
covered it
ours.
first.
Yeah, you guys
We
covered
dropped
it. By the way, I want to address this. You guys did a full breakdown of Morning Good.
It's too late now to cover it just because you're here.
Why is it too late?
Because I was mad at you before we hit recording because we've ducked on you. We just took you down maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
And if you think there's not going to be a full review of this podcast on the next news from Ben,
Oh yeah.
It's like this podcast. People act like they're friends, and then they like afterwards they're like, "I'll be honest, like I was really uncomfortable with some of the questions he asked."
Right.
You guys do like a thing like that on me. You're like, honestly, he came in and like it looked like we were having fun, but like you missed the whole beginning. He made us he was very rude to us when we first started.
They don't tell you this, but Michael, before he does a podcast, he makes you review his penis for 10 minutes.
Me completely naked, just standing in the corner. I turn around and show my butt cheek.
Yeah, we have a checklist. Clipboard. All right, it's gray.
Here's your receipt, your yellow receipt sheet.
But I that was one of the funniest things in the world, and I was ready to respond to it, and then I just forget. I like sometimes you just start recording and you just forget.
I guess we just didn't hit you hard enough.
Yeah, you gotta watch
that's-
yourself.
It wasn't that. It was
Listen. Have we seen Michael's feet without socks since? I don't think so. You know, this is evidence.
No, they were off on the
Oh,
last
yeah,
one. Yeah.
I don't watch your
I-
podcast.
I doubt you guys got me.
Unless someone I hate is on.
You guys got me really good. So for the listeners, they broke down my podcast and brought up how I say I don't pander to the feet people. And then you showed an episode where I was wearing shoes, and then now I no longer wear shoes.
Yeah.
Check out News from Bed: The Trial of Michael Good
Yeah.
if you're interested.
It's a pretty good criticism, yeah.
Well, thank
It was
you.
fun. We wanted to do like a Red Bar episode just about Morning Good.
Yeah.
Because like we thought that would be funny and
It was amazing. Dude, I love Red Bar. It's so good.
it's the best. We want to kind of go through like all of the open mic podcasts, but like you're the only one who I know would actually find it funny.
Right.
Like if we
Yeah,
did like
no, there's some
I
like
should've done-
soft underbelly like weirdos. They'll be like, "Oh, what do you mean you don't like?" It's like it's the game, man. You think like local radio hosts in the '90s were like softballing each other? You gotta
Yeah.
like do something.
we've had our eyes on 2 nosy meerkats.
Yeah, we're
by
gonna
the
go
way.
after.
Wait, who?
It's Lucas Arnold and Gabby.
and Gabby Petito.
Gabby Petito, her bloated corpse by a riverside.
sunken-
Lucas Arnold is doing a Millennium impression next to a dead body.
Gabby really came and went. It's
I
really
know.
funny when something like
Literally, I only knew her as a dead lady.
yeah. I know her before.
I never got to know her before.
Never knew her alive.
Yeah. Her
Yeah.
boyfriend killed himself, right? In like some Sarasota park.
Yeah,
right? It was, like,
her
local.
boyfriend killed himself in a park that's like 10 minutes away from my friend
Right.
Jonah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Incredible disc golf there, by the way.
Yeah.
Hole 9, you just bank it off his bald dead head. Boink right into the chains, baby.
That sounds like a good obstacle. I don't know. Like I've talked to that. I wonder how many dead bodies are in like a lake in Florida. Like do you think Tampa Bay? How many dead bodies do you think are actually in the bottom there?
Oh, a lot.
I think
sure.
so many people get murdered, and then like just some of them make the news.
Well, even in the past, it was such like a hot spot for like the mob, and then like Cuban people set up here, and there was all these conflicts going on, like with Ebor and cigars and shipping stuff from Cuba.
yeah,
So there's
yeah.
such like a mob history here that there's definitely like bodies from 200 years ago up until today. Now it's just children they find.
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy.
Do we know like where SpongeBob takes place?
Bikini Bottom.
But like what is like geographically? Do we know where Bikini
Okay, so
Bottom is?
where's Shell City? Because they go that this is where
That's Iraq.
okay. Shell City is Iraq.
It's
Yeah.
Iraq.
So SpongeBob actually takes place in the Red Sea. Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not like Middle Eastern.
Yeah, he should be.
He's very American sounding. Patrick is an American. Patrick is like the representation of an American
Who's
like
the most Middle
8th
Eastern
grade
SpongeBob kid?
Mr.
student.
Yeah.
Krabs.
I always thought he was
Israeli,
Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Israeli, you know, Mr. Krabs.
Mr.
Yeah, they are all
Krabs.
Semites.
me money.
Has anybody taken? I guess everybody's taken that stance. The whole just, I don't know.
What stance?
The whole.
You want to talk about Israel versus Palestine?
It's
on
not.
this fuck?
It's not, dude. That happened.
Welcome to
fucking-
Morning Good.
That happened last night on. That happened last night on a show. So funny. 2 shows, by the way. I got the same heckle, but this one show, I was like, "Oh, dude, that's a fucking sick hoodie. What do you do? Drugs, bro?" And he's like, "Actually, it's free Palestine." And I was just like,
What if we just got rid of both of them? You
Yeah.
know,
"Yeah,
Israel and my new rule, Bill Maher style. If you start a war with anyone, both of you done.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Kim Beck was talking about how a homeless guy started fighting him at 7-Eleven, and the guy was like, "You guys take it outside."
Yeah.
Like, he just even
Just
though you're
cancel
not.
each other out,
Yeah.
and then when 2 homeless people kill each other, like a tree grows out of them.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
How beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what we need to
life.
do. Just get all the Israels and Palestinians,
Line them up. Shoot them in the head.
just let them
Put
one
them
for
in
one.
camps.
Realistically, I would say
It would be really funny if the Holocaust happened again, but like in a way that we were like, "Wait, are we just doing like we didn't notice it was happening? Like we just started being like, okay, we need to, you know what I mean? Like we start rounding up Jews for
Yeah.
some other purpose, and then we're like, this is just bound to repeat itself."
Right.
So-
yeah,
They're
yeah.
destined. They just love going to camps. Dude.
Yeah.
You know, like you ever talk to a Jewish person about going to like the summer camps growing up, where they all
Yeah.
just like suck
They
and fuck
do.
each other.
Yeah.
I never got
Yeah.
to go to a sleepaway camp as a kid. I never like did that. I went to vacation Bible school.
Oh, same, dude.
Yeah.
That shit sucks.
Boy,
Everyone's
what a
sucking and fucking.
vacation!
I know. Give me a break.
If you wanted a vacation from the Bible, you should probably
Listen to the
Go to
Morning Good
Iraq.
podcast.
sodomize yourself.
Yeah. Dude, I went to I remember I went to like religious camp, and I was like talking. There's like some hot chick. I was like, dude, I would rail the fuck out of her. And like it got around to the camp counselor. He's like, so apparently,
You're
Michael,
pointing at a picture of Virgin Mary. No, what cabin is she staying in?
yeah, I would fucking. But I remember the camp like leader came up to me. He's like, so you're saying you said you would rape Bethany? I was like, no, rail. He goes, yeah. What does that mean? I was like, dude, how are you that far away from understanding?
Railing
Jews?
is consensual. Pounding is not consensual.
Oh no, pounding and railing are consent. I mean,
Okay.
they can be either. But if you're like, I think just raping is raping. I think if you say I'm gonna,
I
like to
you heard
rail
it here
somebody
Why
Wow.
there's
first.
so much train terminology with sex too? Rail,
Yeah.
run a train,
Caboose. Look at the caboose on that.
Look at the
lady.
engine on that bitch.
I like to shovel some coal in that.
Yeah, I'm always saying like pounding. You're pounding the nails into the track. You know,
Yeah,
that's
and you
like
pull her hair. You're like, let me hear that whistle.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, this
I-
sex is going fall track.
Yeah,
That's
I say
like when
that
you
all the
fall
time.
off the bed.
Right.
I've become like a sexless being recently. I think
Welcome to the club. Dude.
yeah, dude. It's nice, dude.
Right.
I feel like I don't know. I want to read books now and stuff.
Oh, really?
God. Dude? I like because when you're fucking starving yourself, your body is like telling you not to fuck.
Right.
So like yesterday was just a maintenance jerk because I was like, I haven't jerked off in 5 days. I'm like, I probably should get some cum out of my balls.
Yeah.
And I like reluctantly masturbated to fart.
It's like cleaning the spit valve.
Yeah, and I'm just so unhorny.
Yeah, that's weird.
Just because you've dedicated yourself to dying,
basically,
slowly, just like allowing your body to feast on itself.
You're turning into a monk. Munkle good.
Munkle good. Welcome to Munkle good.
Welcome to Munkle good.
Do you think monks have like a good sense of humor? I think they would not. It's so funny because there's such a weird spirituality thing that when you go like too far one way or another way, there's some like sense of humor lost that seems to happen.
Well, they're not allowed to like make any sound, right?
Well, a silent monk can't.
Can you fart?
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Now we're on to something. If like, imagine being in a monastery full of monks reading ancient scriptures, and you're just kind of hanging out. You let loose an archaic fart, like one that has been brewing for an eon.
Oh, it's got to be so good.
And it's just echoing through like the giant halls of wherever they reside. Even the tigers are like looking at them. That would, I guarantee, like at least one of them like laughs and then they just like shoot them on this. I don't know what you do if they
themselves.
Yeah.
So the Dalai Lama is like the head monk, right? Is that what it is?
There's all different religions that have different monks. The Dalai Lama.
What does a monk mean?
A monk is like someone who fully dedicates their life. It's almost like a priest in a way, but a monk is someone that maybe doesn't have to like speak in front of like a congregation. They're kind of just like it's like Jews have a similar thing where they just go and like study the Torah, but they're not like necessarily going in front of their congregation to like preach about it. Like a monk just like sits there and just counts beads and just dedicates themselves to like the upkeep of the temple. That
it sounds like
in.
somebody who just wants to fucking do nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
and he's
they're
like,
incels.
Convinced himself it's something. Basically, just sitting around and doing nothing.
Yeah.
If I could like schedule it, what if we could get the Dalai Lama and Dolly Parton to fuck?
Oh,
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
that'd be
nice.
Cool for the Dalai Lama.
Remember when the Dalai Lama like sucked a child's tongue like last year?
Oh yeah,
remember that video? Like a child like walked up and he was like, and then the Dalai Lama just went. Suck this tongue.
Yeah.
You know. I want to start doing. I want to start doing a podcast that's dedicated to every year we take one thing. And we don't give up on it because too much happens and goes away.
It does go pretty quick.
So this year's Gabby Pepino.
Gabby Pepino.
Grab Gabby Pepino.
Pepino.
Hey, does anyone see my boyfriend? I lost my boyfriend on a hike.
Yeah.
There's no bathrooms on this hike.
Have you ever watched his
pizza
reviews? All for 5 minutes he talks about how there's no bathroom. He's like, well, there's no bathroom, so I don't know if this is even a good place.
If you're listening, look up the Pepino Clemenza show. He's this drunk guy that used to hang out at the Pear. And I thought he was the owner because you get drunk and be like, I own this place. So I just thought he was the owner.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Nah, it turns out he's just an alcoholic that hung out there.
Yeah.
What is it about comedy clubs where there's just like a drunk weirdo who claims to own the place? There's 2 clubs here where there's just drunk guys sitting there and then you'll get into a conversation with them on accident and then they're like, yeah, I actually own this place. I'm like, I know the owner. I feel like
if you took Pepino and just dropped him off in like an African like tribal area, like he would become like the Sultan.
Yeah.
They would like worship him thinking he's like a demigod or something.
Yeah. A demiglaze.
Because they've never seen the shape of a human that way.
He's like a Danny DeVito type.
He is.
Yeah.
Has he been on the show?
No, I think TJ had him on his podcast.
And that was probably the last podcast he's ever been
TJ's
invited
like,
on.
I'm never going to have a public piece of content after
TJ
that.
quit comedy.
Yeah, it's so funny the 2 directions because there's a lot of people who do a lot of stand up and then they're like, I get it because you have a serious job, but you're like, I got to tone it back a notch. Everybody's like, I want to get out of the public light. I don't want, and it's like there's just our digital footprints are so. I mean,
I know.
our digital
Literally
footprints.
As we say on News from Bed.
Does that smell bad?
No.
As we say on News from Bed, we bare our souls on every episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no going back.
No.
You know what's funny too is like you've been fired from like 3 jobs for your podcast. I've worked like city jobs for 8 years.
Yeah,
never
never
once have I had like even a hey, like what is this? You know?
I thought the clown. I mean, it's crazy that the one job that did not do a background check was the children's birthday clown.
That is pretty crazy.
That adds up.
Yeah, I almost got in a fight with this guy. So I went in for training, which is like balloon animals, cotton candy, and magic. And
Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
The 3
101.
for clowns.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like, all right, this will be fun. And this fucking guy, dude, he just starts like, I'm making balloon animals. He's like, no. He's this like gay Russian guy. He's like, that's not how you do it. Did you not listen to me the first time? I'm like, I'm looking at this. I go, why would I know how to do this? So I was like, why in the world would I know how to make balloon animals?
Yeah, unless I'm literally a pedophile.
Yeah. There's no reason. And he just kept getting mad at me. And I had this whole speech and I was just going to load in on him. But then he didn't give me one more strike. So I can't be like, yeah, you remember 5 minutes ago when you were being really mean to me?
Well, it worked then.
Yeah.
His high pressure environment made you a better clown.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude.
If a little girl walks up to you and wants a butterfly and you're like floundering it over it, like
That is true.
she's just gonna start crying.
That is true. My hand was shaking with a cotton candy stick. I was just like waiting for him to say one more word to me.
Why is cotton candy a part of it? What do you just gotta learn?
Yeah.
Why is that a clown's
Yeah, that doesn't
job?
seem like the clown's
Magic,
responsibility.
sure. That seems a little outside. Balloon animal, of course, but the cotton candy's the strangest one.
Well, they're not doing like it's not like they're not like birthday clown. I mean, I wore a clown nose for the interview,
Right.
Because I was the only one that took it fucking seriously. But the like they're like we're like new clowns. We don't paint our faces and stuff like that.
Oh, they're like hipster clowns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
By
They
the
use
way,
like artisan
He was
balloons.
a fucking
Yeah,
babe because it was so funny because they're like, okay, so how the job works? It's going to be you in a truck. You pick up the truck with a female clown, and immediately I was like, yeah, I'm just like, yeah,
A clownette.
getting clown pussy immediately, and then I show up to orientation. Fucking hot clown bitch, dude. I
Really?
was like, dude, I would fuck it.
Even you could see her figure through the big parachute pants.
Oh
Yeah. By the time she hit that unicycle, you got all the figure you needed.
yeah.
Do you have to learn to juggle or anything?
She learned how to juggle these fucking nuts in her mouth.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, we're doing some face painting with my cum.
You do like a Spider-Man look on her face.
I can just
so much-
imagine the clown school like watching this on like in an auditorium.
He's
being like,
perfect.
These are the people that try to come and be a clown. He even wore a nose and thought, rule number 1 is never take clowning seriously. That's the point.
That was the best email with the guy. I literally asked one question. I was like, so is scheduling like, would I be off at like 9 o'clock or like 8:30? He's like, probably 8:30. Only thing I had asked in the thing. And then I get an email saying, George thought you were a natural. Just because I wore the nose. It's so funny. What a weird day, dude. I was just in an office space, just like thinking about how much I want to fuck this clown chick while also wanting to fight this gay Russian guy. And then I just didn't get paid for that because it was like you get paid after training. And I thought that meant, but they're like, it's only when you complete the training you get paid. And I was like, oh, fuck this. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to say that. So I was just like, yeah, I'll definitely be back. And then just never.
Oh, there was like another series of days.
They apparently train you. You don't get paid for training until they think you're done being trained. There's no official number.
Oh, until you're like a fully formed clown.
Yeah. I was like, hey, is it like fucking, is it like 5 sessions? They're like, I love people like that. They're like,
They're miming.
yeah.
He's like, can you reach for your wallet?
He's in a box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't.
I love people like that. That just
Hey, he's still talking.
He's still talking.
He's like a shitty clown.
Some people just can't answer fucking questions. I hate that. They're like, I don't know. I'm like, just give me a fucking estimate of how many.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, well, I don't want to tell you it's 4, and then it ends up being 6. I'm like, what do you think I'm going to come back with a knife and stab you if it's ends up being 6?
Yeah, that would
sessions?
be the most clown
I'm
thing you
throwing
could
zins
do.
in. I'm tired. I'm
Let's
sick.
go.
I'm angry. I'm furious about this
You
clown
should be the
asshole.
Zin clown.
Yeah, you
just-
should be the
You
Zin
just
clown.
have a Zin in while you're clowning.
You open up a tin and a bunch of snakes fly
Yeah,
out.
that's a great idea.
2 of these.
Take as many as
Do
you
you have
want.
anything I could spit into? That's pretty gross, but you don't old.
Just take your sock off.
I
and
can
spit
give
in
you
it.
like a cup.
Yeah, that's not what I do.
How do you spit with the Zin? The whole thing is it gets into your spit and you swallow it because that's how the nicotine gets into you.
You know what? I'm gonna swallow it. I'm gonna do that different. No, I'm listening to you guys. I'm gonna swallow this.
Right?
Unlike Paddy's ex-girlfriend, who was a whore, he said,
That's right.
who didn't swallow.
Who didn't swallow?
Yeah.
So you were looking to do that as like a side gig?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of just like getting like a normal job instead of flying to Florida to boss around Honduran men or being a clown or pursuing stand-up comedy? Like work at a grocery store, perhaps?
What's really funny is it's like I'm basically here. Everything was a jumping off point And then this has just been the job that's been sort of because I was like, I'll
Yeah.
probably work for my cousin for a little bit, or I could like make a bunch of money. And the next thing you know, I'm like, tell you what though, cutting out drinking, I'm living on minimum wage right now.
Yeah.
Fine. I have no issues. I cut out drinking and I've saved so much money.
Right.
I would literally was like donating blood to make like enough money to get like fucking
Some beers.
yeah. And
Yeah.
it was crazy, dude. I was so poor, dude. Just hopping turnstiles, eating berries I found on the ground in the park.
Foraging.
Yeah.
You had to forage, get some
And
fungus
if you
underneath
want
the
to
train
just spin
track.
into this.
You cool with that?
Yeah, just wash it out
Okay.
at the end.
Every time we do this, I start doing it, and then the guest goes, "Oh, it's ew, no."
Oh, no,
We're in
I
the
don't-
South, dude. Everyone spits.
Yeah.
You should have brought a big gulp cup to spit down a straw into.
No. Oh god,
Do you
that
think
is
people-
disgusting though.
I mean,
It is when you see it running down the side of.
immediately after he says it's okay. Do you think people are nicer down here?
Yes, I think people are more sociable for sure.
Yeah,
I would say yes, yeah, across the board, yeah.
yeah.
But there are still like some just like it's just the age of people, like the 21 to 24-year-old people that you encounter, if you're out at night or like you go do something or whatever. I think that just this whole generation is very antisocial and kind of shitty.
Yeah. I mean, it's the phones, obviously.
It's the bones, that's right.
Yeah.
It's all about those bones.
That's what DeSantis. Yeah, I think it's probably just wants people to get pussy again.
I would hope so. That's a good governor thing.
Matha. Make America fuck again.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking about this. You know how May Planner is married to Mark Normand?
Yes.
Do you think when she goes on stage, she goes, female comedy?
That could be good. I don't think she does that, but
She just steals his
I am
thing.
about to be an uncle. I'm excited about that.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
who's the
pretty-
lucky uncle? Who's the lucky father? Is it your brother?
Yeah.
He's having a kid?
Yeah.
Is he married?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, it was like a planned one.
That's good.
But it is very I don't know. It really doesn't change. I really just don't want kids. Like every time I see a kid, I'm like, this is cute to like play with for like 4 minutes, and then I'm like, the idea of having this for more than 4 minutes is a nightmare to me.
Yeah.
Like one day, yes. But
Right.
Like, I don't know what would have to happen to me where I want that, because everybody's like, you want them one day, but I'm like, I don't know what makes you want, like I want a kid because I kind of want every part of life. I do want to get divorced, and that sounds crazy.
No, I actually understand that.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to have a wife, a kid, a whole family.
And then get divorced.
And then lose everything in your 40s and then somehow find a way to build it all
Yeah,
back.
I want multiple chapters.
And then look up that clown number again. Just training your balloon animal.
But even when you've had like long-term relationships, you didn't see yourself having a kid with her?
oh no, totally. I like pictured our baby all the time.
Right. That's the difference, is you just haven't had like a big long-term
Yeah, I pictured
relationship.
kissing it on the temple.
Okay.
And it's just you with like a full head of hair just in a baby's body. It's baby blue indigo Rodney
Rodney
Dangerfield.
Dangerfield. Yeah. You're a fan of our podcast, right?
yeah. I listen every week, dude. I actually do listen to it before bed. Like, my thing is because I don't drink alcohol.
Right. So you've just become a complete strange weirdo now.
No, I do. Like, I'll just be honest. I just do pills now.
Oh, okay. What kinds?
It's Adderall and Klonopin, and I've cut down a lot, but it is kind of like,
Doesn't that just equal nothing? Because
well, the Adderall wakes you up, and the Klonopin puts you to sleep. It's
Right.
because starving yourself fucks up your sleep cycle.
right.
So, yeah, basically that's what's going on.
Yeah, I did notice I don't sleep nearly as well because I'm off weed and Wendy's. Nothing like
The doctor's like, you need to get yourself some Frosties. That's
Yeah.
gonna put you back on track.
a spicy chicken sandwich in a bowl goes a long
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Although
Dude,
you wake up at 4 a.m. like hot.
Right.
Dude, you can't, like, after eating a Frosty, you can't stay awake. Like,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
It's like the strongest benzodiazepine.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's Patty's reward. If we get through, we're on our podcast, we have a weight loss journey. And if Patty loses the weight in the 6 weeks, he gets to smoke weed again. So there's really something on the table.
And I've
there.
technically already lost the weight.
Oh yeah, we
which
got on the
is-
scale and it said Paddy lost 17 pounds in 2 weeks. And it's like, and I get on the scale and it's like 5. And I'm like, all right, that's normal. Why was Paddy's 17 pounds?
It doesn't make any sense. But I don't look 17 pounds lighter, but I maybe look like 7 or 8 pounds lighter than when
That's
we
all. Yeah,
started.
you looked great when I saw you. I was like, you look tan.
It's-
And I thought James kind of looks like shit.
Yeah,
But, you
well,
know.
by comparison.
Yeah.
But it was
Standing
like
next to this
ridiculous.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Florida looks good on Paddy. Have you missed him?
Of course.
Yeah. Who'd you get in that
The
room?
new roommate is so full of energy. He's like a 22-year-old. His name is Josh. He's like, he's. I love him. He's funny. He's nice. But it is so funny seeing somebody young like that. You're like, oh boy, this is gonna get beaten out of you.
Is he a comic?
Yes. And he's
Oh,
like, dude,
yeah.
dude,
He's
there's this
over.
one guy at the open mic who was like funny and he had sock puppets. And I love New York City. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait till it destroys you.
Yeah.
Wait,
Right.
wait till you're donating plasma for
Right.
money.
And you wait till you're a literal clown.
Oh yeah, wait till you're crying on the train. That's really like when I felt like I was
Oh,
like,
my
I gotta
God,
get out
yeah.
of here.
You cried on the train.
All the time, dude. I lived in Gravesend. I live an hour, 15 minutes outside of like Williamsburg, Brooklyn. I lived like the one stop north of Coney
Yeah.
Island. The stop I used to get on is where the woman got set on fire.
Oh my god.
That was where I used to
Dude,
get
somebody
on.
fucked a corpse on the train.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is like, it's funny how depraved that is. That's like being like somebody got decapitated on the train and they licked his eyeball. You're like, this is such an insane act.
Right.
I bet they thought they were still alive, but they were like passed out or something.
They're like, ew. They were
Yeah.
grossed out by it.
You're trying to
was
rape
just
and
trying
you
to
end up
rape
a
a girl.
necrophilia.
Yeah.
Gross.
Ugh, dude, I
Yeah.
was trying to rape.
But I thought she was alive. They're like, yeah, you're still in jail
Yeah.
forever.
Probably less time though to rape a corpse versus a live person because there's no residual
That's
trauma
true,
that
yeah.
follows the person that's dead. It is
Man,
highly
can
immoral.
you give us your account of what happened? Looks like we don't have enough evidence.
No witnesses. Looks like no one can prove it. We found gallons of her semen inside of her book.
Man, see, if stuff like that happened to me on train, we'd have great stuff to talk about on the podcast. But
Right.
nothing exciting happens. to me.
Don't put that out there because something really weird's gonna happen to you.
No,
now.
something is. Yeah. I mean, my school got fucking shot up fucking a week ago.
You were
I
high
saw
school.
that.
No, Florida State.
Oh, right.
It's so funny when something like that happens.
By like the sheriff's son too, wasn't it?
It was like a sheriff
Yeah.
officer.
Yeah.
It was like like one of the woman officer's kid, and then he like took her gun that she had like and used it, and he just started firing. Did you like look at the video and you're like, oh, dude, I used to skateboard through there.
Yeah. It was definitely like one of those things where it's so funny too because the immediate thing that happens, I'm a complete piece of shit and things like this. Where like it makes me sad when stuff like that happens to a place that feels like very connected to you,
Right.
But there's just part of me that was going to post like a seminal picture, and then I was like, I can't do it. Like there's that little part of me that's like, I'm like, this is I haven't been there I haven't visited since I graduated.
Right.
And in my
Yeah.
mind, I'm like, I am a Seminole. Like
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
all Seminoles.
Yeah, like for me to like post a picture, like someone would actually have to rape like Toadette from Mario, Super Mario, and I'd be like, I stand
I
with
stand with Toadette.
the Super Mario universe.
She was dead on the train.
Yeah.
Someone threw a blue shell at her.
That video is crazy. That the Starbucks one. You saw that?
No.
There's a black chick like walking with a Starbucks, and she just shows like a dead body, and she's like, "It's crazy out here." I don't know if she says that, but like she just shows the dead body, and then like
It's not
in the
that.
Starbucks. Where?
no. So she's walking by a dead body on campus, or somebody whose ass is
Oh,
bleeding.
she's at FSU
And maybe,
reporting.
hopefully it's just somebody who's injured. And then they're like, oh, I feel like a klutz. I was just face down with my ass bleeding. But yeah, no, you see like she's like drinking a Starbucks. Like you kind of see her like, you don't really see her face. You just see like somebody taking a sip of Starbucks, showing a dead body, and then just like walking by.
Just
Oh my
yeah,
God.
straight caramel.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
insane. Yeah. I mean, it's so funny too, because I used to always worry about that because I take too much Adderall in college and I'd just be in class and like some weird kid would reach in his backpack and I'd be like, it's going to get fucking shot.
Right.
So I would like my OCD, I would like go into the bathroom for like 10 minutes and be like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything like that in college. We had like controversies, like those are always fun, but like shootings, like that's the thing that happened when I was in college was that
Shootings are controversial.
Yeah, no,
I'm
but I'm
against
saying
them.
to that level, like
Yeah.
like Jacksonville, always shootings because I went to college in Jacksonville. Like the guy went in and shot up the Madden tournament. There was like a big shooting where this guy went into like a professional like Madden. They were all playing games, and he like shot a bunch of people there, and in downtown Jacksonville. And my friend was there. We were like, oh. Like you have a connection to stuff, but nothing ever happened on campus. We had a KKK member on campus. That was a big deal.
What was he doing?
He was just like, I'm not that anymore. I just want a degree in journalism.
They're like, well, why are you wearing the outfit?
it's laundry day.
Labor Day is next week. I got to wear all my white.
That is a funny thing to think about. Like do you think they have like multiple clan outfits, like for different occasions?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like an Easter clan outfit.
Yeah,
where
it's
it's just
pastel. It's a pink and purple.
Yeah.
You got it. I mean, those guys love camo.
they have big bunny ears.
There's got to be a camo. Or you wonder if there's anybody that like doesn't. I think the neo-Nazis are a little different. I think like they're stylistically a little different. Like Klan is more like rednecky.
Right.
Yeah.
Neo-Nazis more bikery. But I wonder
Yeah.
if there's any guy who just like hates Jews and blacks, but like does not like hunting or fishing.
Yeah.
He's like that's literally like dumb people stuff. He's
Right.
like, I like reading.
No, there's
weird-
definitely guys like
I like
that.
reading Mein Kampf.
I think that's like the new clan is like the ones who, because it's like the bell curve. It's like the really dumb people like become, the people that hate other races. Then like there's everyone in the middle. And then there's the people who read too much where it's like,
Yeah.
all right, you can't read everything.
Right.
So You're
Yeah.
just going to hate every
Right,
single
you can't. It's like Twitter.
species.
It's like a
Yeah.
guy who has like a Greek statue profile picture just tweeting like, well, this race is like sub-intelligence and has no ability to achieve consciousness. I've read 3 books about this. It's
Yeah,
like, all right,
it's like-
man, maybe like
Yeah.
maybe treat
Maybe stick
everyone
to Harry
independently.
Potter.
I am realizing I am just becoming a racist, but with comedians. Like I am just blaming my failures on other people. I'm like, yeah, well, if these TikTokers wouldn't keep blowing up, then I would be on TV.
Yeah,
Like,
well, that is a race that you should blast with a fire hose.
Chinese people.
Chinese people, yeah. Because
Yeah.
you think about how funny that would be. Oh, stop with the holes! Get the holes away from me!
That's Spanish though.
Hola! No, senor, no!
Yeah.
Paddy is a Mexican supremacist.
I am.
Really? You believe in the supremacy of Mexican individuals?
I do. I
They're
do.
so fucking hardworking.
Yeah,
Dude.
Gordita Supreme Crunch, right?
Yeah.
It is a little funny that isn't a Supreme thing at Taco Bell when they add the sour cream.
I believe so.
And what color is sour cream?
White.
It's true.
Supreme.
Tony's been getting into it. You know Tony Wellens?
Yes.
So he does construction, and apparently it was so funny. I called him on the phone the other day. He's like, "Yeah, man, dude, I got to start podcasting. So much is going on. So much has happened in the last week." I was like, "What happened?" He's like, "Well, I did a bunch of coke and I ate some chick's ass and like a Crunch Fitness," which is something because you're like a lot happening. I was like, "Go to somebody get pregnant and like it is just awesome stories of him getting pussy."
Right.
He like got his dick sucked on a construction site by like a Mexican lady who was like cleaning. I'm like,
my
that's
God.
that's so sick.
That is pretty sick.
Like in a truck.
Eating a
That's
girl's ass
crazy.
at Crunch Fitness. Talk about a crunch. Get a couple
Yeah.
of nuggets back there.
Think about how dirty a construction site is, too.
Yeah, how is
Like,
she cleaning?
Not
How is
after
she
her.
cleaning
She's
it,
just
yeah.
sweeping as they're getting more
Sweeping
sawdust.
dirt, yeah.
Well, that is the thing.
Just
There's like
vacuuming, just a dirt lot.
there's like
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. There's no door.
there's like
Let me in. She's making beds that aren't there.
Just getting ready. I'm just going through the motions.
it is crazy, like, because like I mean, now that I work in construction, it's like you see so many like there's like smoking hot foreign women who are like trying to get citizenship, and you're like, God, nobody tell these people about OnlyFans because like you're working for like you can make so much money as like a stripper or like so many other things.
I think all that's going to go away in like a year.
Why is that?
Because I think they're going to have AI girls that are going to be way better.
Really? But
Yeah.
I can tell AI. Everybody's like, it's
You're not going to be able to tell, dude.
They like the
Yeah.
OnlyFans because it feels like there's a girl there, though. Like they like talking to
But if there's an
them.
AI girl who knows you and remembers every single thing you say and can constantly talk to you and send you custom content to what you like at any hour of the day, like that, they're going to outwork like the best OnlyFans girl.
It's a good point. Also, I bet you there's a thing too where like you could probably like for breakups, you could probably like mimic your ex, but like just take all the flaws out. So like a lot of people are gonna do that. kind of
Yeah.
thing where they're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, how about they love my stand up.
Can you get rid of the flaw of her having small tits?
Yeah, give them big ones.
give her 3.
Yeah.
Her flaw is she only has 2.
Two.
Let's get this bitch a tripod.
Let's get a total recall on this
Yeah.
bitch. Yeah.
Do you guys feel kind of like I feel like what I've been feeling recently is just unfazed because of so much craziness. Like that Kanye thing today where like Kanye is just openly like, I used to suck my cousin's dick till I was 14. I was like, that's pretty crazy, but this doesn't give me the buzz it used to. You know what I mean?
I just also don't know if it's true.
I can't
you
trust
know?
him.
I love the idea of that guy bragging in prison for years. He's like, yeah, bro, fucking, my cousin is Kanye West. And then Kanye's like, we used to have.
Yeah, he's
gay
telling a guy who's
suck-offs.
sucking his dick in prison.
Yeah.
You know who used to do this? My cousin Kanye West.
Yeah.
Let me spell this out for you. Work it, make it, do it. Ring any bells?
I do kind
El
of.
Salvadorian guy.
I do respect him kind of putting it all out there. A little bit.
Yeah.
He is kind of like, this is the last of my secrets. He's like, I made the song. His songs are now terrible because they're just thoughts on his head. He's like, all my N-words are Nazis. How could I be Hitler? Because I am a N-word. And then he's like, I did too much nitrous. I used to suck my cousin's penis till I was 14. You're like, this is not even close to like rhyming anymore.
Yeah, wasn't the thing with Kanye that like he had like a dentist that was just oversupplying him with nitrous, and that's kind of what fried him this time?
Yeah.
Like, that's the big thing.
As somebody who has done lots of nitrous, I'm always the first to defend nitrous oxide. But also it's like, he's been crazy this whole time. And then I'm like, it's like, you can get nitrous at a smoke shop. So like everybody blaming the dentist is kind of wild because you're like,
Yeah.
all right. It's like you could just get that literally at every single smoke shop. You get a tank of nitrous like this tall.
yeah.
I think if
Or
he
for Kanye, it's
wasn't
this tall.
if he wasn't a dentist, no one would blame him. But the fact that he's a dentist, they're like, shouldn't you be doing like teeth stuff?
He's a dentist with face tattoos.
yeah.
Like,
Wait, was he really?
Yeah, he's like a dentist who has like barbed wire over his forehead.
That's so funny.
Like the Joker, he's got the fake mouth on his hand. Jared Leto.
It's like a really nice pair of teeth with braces on it.
This is you now, but this could be you see me.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel kind of like unfazed by
No,
everything.
I feel unfazed by shit. It's too much all the time. Kanye admits to blowing his cousin the same day the Pope dies. It's like, dude, I can't keep up.
Yeah.
The economy's crashing. There's tariffs. It's like all this crazy shit. But that's like part of the design. It's like you know more about things than ever before. And everyone's on the internet posting everything that ever happened to them.
I miss
all the time.
local gossip. Like instead of Kanye, I wish people were like, dude, your boss used to blow his. Actually, my boss is my cousin, so that would be me. But that would be.
You know, your boss used to blow his cousin, and
Used
now
to
he
blow
works for
me.
us.
Yeah, I used to. Oh yeah, yeah. That would be good drama if somebody told me I was molested. I'd be like, oh, now I learned something new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's drama. Like a therapist, you're like, I love local drama. Michael, you were molested.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, that's spicy.
I can't wait to tweet about this. I'm going to talk about this on my podcast.
You know what it is? I don't work in an office, so I guess I don't really. I do like gossip. I don't know.
Oh yeah, dude, I got laid off from a job in November, and I met up with some of the guys I used to work with, and I got all the gossip of everyone we used to work for, and I was like, it was like perfect. It was like
Yeah.
the guys I knew there was some darkness to. I got the information about. This guy cheated on his wife. This woman was like a slut. Like all this stuff that I was like, I could tell. But when you're in the office, they won't tell you. You have to like get them drunk at like the work function after. You got to be like driving to like a meeting to get it out of them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good to like the office drama comes a little bit of a slow drip.
But you're always. It's so funny too. Whenever you hear something of somebody doing something bad, you always picture them doing it in the worst way, which is not normally how things go. You're a guy cheat on his wife. You picture him just like, I fucking hate my wife and kids, just fucking hook her. But like, really, it could have been him just like, I really don't want to do this.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
he
what
could have been
doesn't
raped.
want to. It's his cousin.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, but like,
What are your thoughts on this? Do you think you're a bad person if you fuck somebody in a relationship?
yeah, if you know, yeah, you're probably bad.
I don't think you're necessarily a bad person, but I think that is an immoral thing.
Right. But then what do we qualify bad people as? If they're not the ones that do immoral things, then what are we talking about?
What about if
you
it's,
willingly do immoral things and you know that they're immoral and then you do them anyway, if you're not like 22 years old, then you start to have the responsibility of it, which makes you a bad person when you disregard your better instinct.
But aren't you a bad person just in that moment? And then like because people can change. But I guess you're still until it's been like a week you're a bad person.
right, but I'm sure like
You're the
Hitler
bad
had
guy
some
of the
regrets
week.
in the
you're the
bunker.
bad guy of the week,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
photos on the wall.
Yeah.
I think it's also like if you're like drinking and stuff, like you can have that moment that it'll be bad. And like you can kind of have years where you don't have yourself in that kind of a situation. But then if that situation comes back again, like I feel like you're likely to do it again, right?
It's a mix. Some people really learn from their mistakes and they're like never going to do that again. Like I think that is a thing
for sure.
But also, I really like you guys because you guys are good. Like I don't know, I have a lot of friends that I love and they're a lot of fun. But I am like, I do have some friends that I'm like, oh, you are not a moral person, and it is kind of a bummer too when you're like,
yeah. I don't even mind the non-moral friends. I hate having to like validate them all the time. It's like, oh, but that's not that bad, right? I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. You had sex with like 3 different women that all lived
dead
together.
Body on.
Yeah, dude. It's like, come on, he's on the other side of the glass.
Yeah.
He's defending himself. No, I don't know. I mean, yeah, if you bang someone in a relationship, they're obviously more culpable for the responsibility of that than you are.
Yeah,
but
they're worse than you.
got to live with it. She's got to live with cheating on, a guy that she's been with for 2 years or whatever. But she probably wanted to get out of the relationship anyway. I think like a lot of the immoral behavior comes from like an inability to actually fire the trigger on any of the things you're supposed to be doing. If you're cheating on your boyfriend, you just don't have the balls to break up with him. Just break up with your fucking boyfriend.
Yeah, I think people are just so scared of being alone.
Yeah,
that's why they just.
Yeah, it's kind of tough because like my grandfather, who rest in peace, he was killed by the COVID vaccine.
News from bed take. That's not the morning good from take.
Okay.
Burn in hell is the morning good take.
I'm just kidding. My grandfather, when he met my grandmother was married, and my grandfather met her in church. And he told her, he's like, you're going to be the woman I'm going to marry. And she's like, she was actually getting engaged, but she's like, she's like, I'm getting engaged. It's not going to happen.
Right.
And then eventually, like they ended up breaking off the engagement, and then my grandpa ended up marrying her.
Yeah.
And they were like the perfect couple.
Yeah.
So
everything's messy. You change, like if someone met in the 50s, like this is like the time they go, yeah, but we were in love. It seems lighter, but in the moment, it's like people are being,
I think now it's because like you just have your phone. You can be like, oh yeah, like on the side, you can be like, yeah, I want your fucking thick fucking cock. I want you wear the clown nose. Wear it. Yeah,
exactly.
Put the clown nose under your penis on your ball.
Pretend to be my cousin. Yeah. No, I don't know, dude. Why? Have you fucked someone in a relationship recently?
No, I just had a friend that did it, and he was kind of doing that juggly thing where he's like, I mean, it happens, right? And
yeah.
Not to me.
I think like, after it happens, if you're asking for validation, you're probably not the best person. But if you're like, I shouldn't have done that. He wasn't the
example. I think he is actually a really good guy. Like, I like this guy a lot. But my question is kind of like the good people doing the bad things.
Right.
But like, I have friends who've done way worse. Like, I actually like this guy a lot. He's a good dude.
Right.
But I think... Yeah, I wonder where the line gets drawn with like what is a bad person.
How about this? It's always the woman's fault.
That's a great point.
That is the official news for bed.
That's the official.
Some common ground.
Yeah.
Let's put the beef aside and say everything is someone's
Put the beef
fault.
curtains to the side.
Yeah, it's the Margaritaville defense.
Don't you wish like women's pussies had like curtains that you pulled like a little string and it was like.
No, I don't wish
that. I don't
a spotlight.
Yeah,
and there was a little girl like la la la
singing the Jurassic Park
Jurassic Park theme song.
I actually don't wish that.
She's ready for sex.
She's ready for sex. The little girl in her pussy indicates she's ready to be fucked.
I am ready to be fucked.
Welcome to Morning Good.
Welcome to Morning Good.
And you're like, well, why'd you fuck her? And she's like, well, the little girl
said she was ready.
She said,
nah, man, you were on drugs.
Nah,
you were
man,
on a mix of Klonopin and Adderall. No, I do think it's what Paddy said, though. It is like a constant behavior. That's the thing is like you have to find your own balance with it. Like I have some friends that I've had to just distance myself because I was living in New York. I had like my whole crew. And I come down here and it's like my friends are making weird decisions. It's like, well, I can't really like... It's not fun hanging out with you and we have to duck out of the bar because 2 girls you banged are here. Like, I don't want to be like inconvenienced. Selfishly.
Right.
I think
I will say this. If you cheat, I'll still be friends with you. I don't think you're necessarily a bad guy. I think that's a bad thing you did. But I don't trust you. Like, it's very funny. I'm like, you cheated on the person that you love more than me.
Right.
Like, you definitely love your girlfriend more than me. So why would I?
I don't know, though. I don't know if men love the women they're with more than their friends sometimes, though. I do think sometimes that, like, the woman is incidental of their life and their boys are, like, the ones that they're going to die
Well, that's
with.
a nice...
I do believe
that's a nice
that,
thing to think about.
See, all of us were like,
Yeah. But I do
Yeah, it was
think guys
kinda
are like
that's
that.
cool.
It's amazing how much I do feel bros before hoes. Like I feel like it's like one of those rules that I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's the dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well, this guy carried me home drunk for 3 years in college. Like you blow me and you make me like chicken empanadas every couple of weeks. But like, this is my lifetime friend. Like, I think men are like
He's
that.
not getting, the only thing this guy is getting out of this is to experience my friendship versus you are getting like dates,
Yeah.
oral sex,
I think
naked
it's,
ratings of me.
I think it's because when
From his relationship, he gets naked ratings of you.
I bet if you had a woman who you were in a relationship with and you never had sex, like you waited till after marriage, I bet your bond would be so strong. Because with guys, like we're not like fucking each other, which is why our bond is so strong. If we started fucking each other,
oh, that'd be terrible.
then we'd be like, I think I'm gonna hang out with my girlfriend.
Yeah.
It makes it messy.
Michael might be expecting me to fuck him.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
you like just, I've never in my life heard a convincing answer for abstinence, and that makes so much sense.
Yeah,
Like that-
because
I've
it's
never-
like it's more than the sex. The sex is like another.
Yeah.
Like here, you have like this ecosystem, and then you're like a planet, and then you're like a solar system, and then the sex is almost like a meteor passing through. It's like its own thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes they all work in harmony, but sometimes it messes up your ecosystem.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been friends with women. Like a friend with a woman, and some women you're like, well, some women are lesbian, so it's like there's no tension of sex there. But if it's a straight woman, you're a straight guy, and both of you end up single at the same time, you're like, there's now a newfound tension that if like you're a straight guy, you're not having that tension with your friends.
And I've never had this.
I've thought. Wait, sorry.
I know some people have had, but if you have someone who is your friend and then you have sex with them and then you stop having sex where you're like, this isn't working, I've never still been friends with that.
I've got a couple of those.
Of course.
I've never been
doesn't
able
stick
to.
around.
Yeah, I got,
Even like
No,
things short of sex. It's just
I
any
got a
sort
couple of those.
intimacy.
It's still, I've had sex with people, and then it just turns into a friendship. I got one where this one girl just we were just fucking, and then she's like, I'll be honest, I see you as more of a friend, which is really funny because I was like, oh, you're not even trying to date. You're just saying the sex is mid. Because I was like, there's no aspect of like I'm looking for something.
Every
more.
part of you is great. Just the sex is
It's like
terrible.
you're just not. You're not putting it
It's
down.
not worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so funny because, and then she's just like, I see her on dating app still. She's like, just trying to get some dick, and then she's like, just not Michael's dick.
That's on the bio.
Have you ever had this? This is weird. Have you ever been alone with a guy and been like, is this guy friend gonna try to make out with me?
Of course.
Yeah, I've had that where I'm just like,
Of course. You
by
get a guy
lake.
drunk and you're like, this guy is gay.
No, I'm not necessarily like he's gay. I'm like,
Not that he's gay, he just wants to make out with me.
I'm not like he's gay. I'm like, if this guy was ever gonna make out with me, this would be the moment where he goes for it. And I'm like, is this guy gay?
I've called it wrong before. I've had a guy who like it's Aditya, my friend Aditya. When I first met Aditya, he like gets drunk and he's like leaning, and I was really fucked up, and he's like leaning in, and I'm like, oh, is he gonna kiss me? And it's like, no, Aditya just falls over when he's drunk. I just was like, had to like privately go to our other friends and be like, is he? And they're like, no, man, he fell on you because he's the clumsiest man in America.
That thought only happens when I'm like really high.
Really?
When I'm like really high, I'm like, I think it's because like a fear of mine is like intimacy when I'm high. So I'm always like, is this person like trying to fuck me? Because like it, even that like that one time, I think it's probably happened to me with like Reed, where we were at a movie and I was really high, and I'm like, why am I like at a movie with a guy that I like don't know that well? Like, because we didn't know each other that well at the time. Right. It was like.
It is a date scenario. You're at a movie with my roommate. Like I set you guys up.
And I'm like, and then it's not even that you think they're gonna, but it's like, does he think I'm gonna try to kiss him?
Yeah,
because I am.
And there's so much like because you go on dates and it's like so much like the momentum of the night is like you go, this is where things eventually lead.
Yes.
Sometimes you hang out with a guy and you're like, these are the same. If we were not two straight guys, this is where we would kiss.
Dude, that's why women are making out at parties and shit.
Yeah, you're like, this is just where this lay. Because you just have that moment, dude. Like me and Carney one time. One of the first times I hung out.
And Carney will fuck you.
He'll
fuck a guy.
Dan Carney on record has sex with men all the time.
Really?
Constantly.
That's the FSU magic.
Stop.
If you guys fucked, there would be a news headline that says Carney and the Clown.
My ex used to make jokes about me fucking Carney, and for some reason, it was the most disturbing thing to me. Like, there's certain guys you think about fucking, and fucking Carney is such a gross idea to me because I just picture his asshole with like little blonde hairs on it.
Oh yeah, or him on top and his blonde, like wispy blonde hair going like this.
No.
We were talking about that with Anthony Padilla, right?
Yeah, the
Smosh guy, because he had like that. Like, where are you?
Like the emo haircut.
Like emo haircut.
Fucking a guy who straightens his hair every morning, and it's just like he's fucking you, and you're just his hair, just the hair is so like mismatched cut and length, so it just hangs.
It is funny. Like, you can be the straightest guy in the world. You will imagine what it's like to have sex with a guy,
of course,
to like remind yourself that you don't want that.
Yeah, dude,
of course.
I've thought about like because everybody has like a gay thought or a gay dream, and then you put yourself through the whole scenario of being a gay or bisexual man, where you're like, coming out. I've thought of friends that I'm gonna lose. I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's not gonna hang out with me if I'm gay.
I have actually. I was like, if I came out as gay, I don't know if my friend group would like support it.
No,
I think my comedian friends would be like, whatever. That's weird that you're doing it now.
Yeah.
But like, I think my like hometown friends would be like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's
like,
why it's so funny. Everybody says the same thing. They're always like, oh, well, it's so easy to be gay nowadays. I'm like, but still, it's not. It's like you still, your friends still, you think your uncle or your whole family is just going to be like, fucking so cool.
I think you have a responsibility as a gay person to just never tell your family. Like your parents, maybe you'd be like, hey, just so you know, I'm not going to bring any guy over.
Right.
Because that's what I like, but I will never put it upon like the entire family. So they have to like question why you raised me wrong or whatever. Like I'll live my own life over there. And like that life will never trickle its way over here.
Sure.
Like right now, I'm straight as fuck eating Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
But two days later, I'm Black Friday. That's when Jaquan comes over.
The card thing I say was like it was probably the third time we hung out. We stayed up all night talking about comedy, and then I leaned my hand over and like accidentally touched his hand, and we didn't know each other enough. And I was like, God, I really hope that guy did not think I was trying to fuck him. Like that was just the whole next day. I'm like, does that guy think that I'm? But it's like, it's that same momentum when you're on a date. And you're like, this is where it goes.
Yeah.
Right. Well, coming out as gay is like the only thing that you can like hide as an identity thing that can fundamentally change your relationships. You can't come out as black like 6 years into a
I've
friendship.
tried.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Yeah, there's like
work.
it's the only thing that's like you could hide that like is dated. It's trans or being gay or being like, but like but people feel violent. Like that's the whole plot in like Mean Girls is like the one girl's a lesbian. They're like, ew, she used to sleep over my house. It's like, yeah, she didn't want to fuck you,
Yeah.
Like the girls are like grossed out by the lesbian. And that like is like a trope.
Yeah. But it is funny too with gay guys. I love when people do that thing where they're like, yeah, what do you like? Just because he's gay doesn't mean he wants to fuck everybody. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Have you met gay people?
Have you met gay?
Have you seen the guys he has been fucking?
Yeah. It's like he's a guy. By the way, this is the truth. I would have sex with most women. Like with most women.
Really?
There's
Casey Anthony?
Yes. Because I believe in wronging rights. I would get her pregnant and I would make sure she doesn't kill that kid. And that actually makes it
wow. And you're like, well, it's
nothing
been years, so she's changed.
Yeah. We'll just have a stand-up shower. We'll have a walk-in shower. We won't have a bathtub.
Right.
That doesn't mean I would fuck any women all the time. Like if it's a Friday night and I'm feeling cute, I'm like, no, thank you, miss. No, thank you, miss. But there are certain days in the week where I'm horny and nothing's going on, and I would have sex with just about any woman.
Have you gotten laid off stand-up?
Like once or twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've had like propositions, but it's never been something that I would wanted. Down here, a couple propositioned me to like go over and he can watch me fuck his wife.
Oh, it's my style.
I was like, I'm good. Because it's not the couple I want to fuck the wife and the husband
Right.
watches.
But
I want like an old leathery Hulk
But it's a couple you need.
He's not the cuck we need right now. He's the cuck we deserve.
Yeah, no, I think it's like, I think in general, I don't really have giant like the stand up thing though. It's like I don't know. I think It was like one time. And it was very funny because it was like a midnight show and I got late after it. And somebody pulled me aside. They're like, dude, if you got late after a midnight Wednesday show, they should be booking you on the primetime lineup. And I was like,
Right.
I was like, thank you.
It's a credit. After that.
Yeah. I'm like, there was 8 people in the audience that did well enough to have sex. So that should be something. Or
says something about the girl.
You know what, though? Yeah, it is interesting because I used to think like, oh, if girls see you bomb on stage, they won't be attracted to you. It's not true. I know some cute boys
that are terrible at stand-up.
Yeah. Get so much pussy. Didn't Norm have some bit about that where he's like, women say they like a funny guy, but they just...
Yeah, he said women always say they want the funny guy, but then they just laugh at everything the attractive guy says.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's like the most true thing ever.
Dude, the most insulting thing was to find out my ex's fake laughed at things. She's like, yeah, I've fake laughed at things before that you said before. Just 'cause it's like, whatever. I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, that really hurt my feelings.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a
People
tough
call
one.
me
That's worse
out.
than a fake orgasm.
What time is it?
Yeah.
It's 6:30. 7:30.
7:30.
Okay, not a crazy rush.
No, we started at like 45. So you got about.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we hung out, talked.
giving
You
it
were
for
like
ages,
freaking
dude.
out, pacing, like you were
Everything
like,
that's not food feels like forever for me.
Man, what are you doing? You got body dysmorphia or something?
I'm just trying to win this bet. If somebody else is like $650 for you to gain weight, I'd
Right.
be like, I'll take that. But yeah, I don't know. I can't donate blood anymore because I lost too much weight, and they're like, no, you can't.
Because they think you have HIV.
Yeah. I love the way they ask you. They're like, they don't. I think I told you this. They go, do you have HIV? No. They're like, are you homosexual? They're like, have you been to prison? They're just asking the same
Right.
question
Yeah,
in like
yeah.
kind of hidden ways.
I want to go up to a girl and be like, can I give you HIV tonight? And she's like, what? No. And I'm like, HIV, hand and vagina? Little finger out?
Very clever. Finger
And
man.
then she's like, very clever. No.
Like you may meet my little girl.
Yeah. All right.
I have AIDS right now. I have AIDS.
I like. I've wanted to start to be the finger bragging guy. Like whenever anybody asks me about a trip, I always want to say I fingered 15 girls there. Like no matter what it was, just be like, how was the
Just be
Atlanta
like,
Comedy
smell my
Festival?
finger.
Yeah.
And they're like, doesn't smell like anything. They're like, yeah, it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I washed my hands. Dude. Just
Yeah. We went in the pool after.
smell my finger, dude. She's super clean. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
I just love the idea of there just be
It
like,
just smells like flaming hot Cheetos.
Yeah. I banged a Latina teenager. I finger banged. And you got like red.
Yeah.
your mouth just has Fanta all over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tahine. A tahine dusted pussy, perhaps.
basically just have a margarita rim on.
Yeah, it's salt. It's salt. Can I get a lime?
I want to say that when there's comedy related things, be like, oh, how was you did a set over at the comedy shop? How was I fingered like 4 chicks?
That's how we know you killed.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I don't even have 4 hands. I did it all at the same time.
I like a guy who fingers but just doesn't have. He's too self conscious to have sex, but just only fingers women. That's a good mystery. That's you know what?
Yeah,
Let's
he's got
start
like
rumors about
the
people.
long fingernail. This is the one I don't put in.
Using my coke finger.
Yeah.
These are all long ones besides 2 little short ones. These are my fingering fingers.
Hey, ladies.
That was what was it? You guys ever watch Mice and Men where he's like he wears a glove whenever he's on the ranch? He's like, this is my love making.
Right. He keeps
Right.
it soft.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
wants to
first-
keep his hand pure. Yeah. Like the ranch owner's son who just like berates them all.
Yeah.
Keeps a nice
There was
little
this guy,
rhythm.
like, when I was a kid, he used to play, like, I was on a baseball team with this kid, and his dad was, like, a musician, and he, like, would wear a glove on his hand, because I guess he was, like, a cellist, and, like, he couldn't do anything to his hand, because he
Right.
just had to fucking...
That's what Michael Jackson was doing. He's like, this is my kid diddling.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it soft.
What if he took the glove off, and it was, like, a little tiny baby hand? And, like, now it all makes sense.
You know, Michael Jackson wasn't fucking the kids. He was having them go to the corner of the bed and pry open their assholes so he could jerk off. That's what the 2 guys in Leaving Neverland accused him of.
Oh, over here, I'm thinking he's a gross guy.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me he's
Yeah.
just a cool guy who jerks off to children.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Wow, totally changed my perspective.
you know.
I feel like that's just something that, like, you could do with a photo. You know, you don't need to like build Disneyland.
Well, unfortunately, he didn't live in a world of AI. So unfortunately,
true.
he had to look at child saying this is.
Yeah, but AI like aggregates from other images. So if you're AI making children porn, you're just taking real children's faces and making some weird monster of them all to make a naked one.
That is true. Also, I was thinking about this. Whenever I hear the word, my brain sugarcoats molesting way too much. Whenever I hear somebody's molested, obviously I think it's like very sad and dramatic, but I just picture somebody going, like,
Right.
I never picture
a
like,
light diddle.
I never picture like ass fucking or like, because somebody says somebody raped a child, I picture them penetrating a child. But whenever somebody molested a child, I think of just some weird thing where you're like, yeah, he like, I don't know, sprinkled cheese on my balls or something. I don't know why I picture like that Michael Jackson thing. That when I think of molestation, that's what I think.
I picture like taking a pool noodle and like doing the thing.
I feel the same way about abortion. You think about abortion, you think of them like cutting up a fetus and pulling it out, but like there was some study that like 80% of abortions are just a pill that they take.
I took a pill for abortion to show Avicii I was cool.
Yeah, what is it? You take a pill and then you just like hover over a toilet?
Yeah, where it's like not developed enough to where
You
like,
hover. That's
you know.
really funny. You're like, I don't want to send this gross toilet seat while I just shoot my.
Yeah.
Because that would be gross to get germs from this.
Yeah, you're hovering.
Just shoot a dead
you
baby.
lay toilet paper around while you're shitting out a potential child.
Yeah. Your firstborn.
Your little girl in your pussy. That's what an abortion is.
Someone brought up a really good argument because I think the whole thing with abortion is like you like the argument my body my choice isn't a good argument. Like I believe in abortion to a certain time period. I don't know when that time period is. I'm pro choice to a certain time period, but my body my choice isn't a good argument because you're not arguing about that person's body. You're arguing about whether that thing inside them is a person. And so he brought a good point. Someone's like, my body, my choice. They're like, okay, well, then do you think you should be able to smoke meth if you're pregnant? And then she's like, no. He's like, well, then you don't really think that.
Oh, yeah. That was on Tim Pool.
Yeah, your favorite guy. And I was like,
I don't like Tim Pool anymore.
What happened?
He took off the beanie.
I think he like backed that Carmelo Anthony guy who like stabbed the kid at a track meet. Did you hear about that?
No.
The black teenager like went over and stabbed the white kid in the heart.
Yeah, but that's what you get for being in the wrong part of town.
That's right. He should
Yeah,
have been
school. At your school. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's like, it's self-defense. It's self-defense.
You know what is
He took his beanie off and there was a little flower. It's self-defense. Yeah, Tim, tell him, Tim.
It's a little ratatouille under there.
Yeah.
You know what is really funny? People getting murdered is now political views now. Like one murder now is like, where were you on the stance of this? It's like, why is this what political party I am? This specific thing that happened.
Yeah, it's just like a pretty cut and dry thing. Like it's like, yeah, he shouldn't have had. First of all, he shouldn't have had a knife at a track meet, a school track meet, high school.
Right.
Second of all,
It was just a very sharp baton.
Yeah. Second of all, he wasn't like threatened. His life wasn't threatened in any way. Which is like, even then, it's like, unless the guy had a knife and was like getting ready to stab him, then I could see like stabbing someone. But it's like, no, the kid grabbed his backpack to move because he was in the wrong spot, and he's like, move out of the way. And the kid's like, make me. So he grabbed his backpack and moved it, and the kid jumped up and stabbed him in the chest.
It's so wild. Whenever I hear something like that, I always put myself in the stabby's position. And so, like the guy stab. It's so weird to just think about. You're like, imagine just stabbing.
I know.
It's so
like
crazy.
Crazy.
It's so crazy.
Even if someone broke into my house, I would feel uncomfortable even like threatening them with a knife.
I feel like I would stab somebody, I'd get like the wrong angle. And like I would like, it wouldn't go in enough. And I'm like, this is.
Or you like miss. I would worry about
You stab yourself.
Yeah.
Why did you do this to me?
Tim Pool, where are you? Yeah, we're here.
Like I know
Did somebody say stabbing?
like I know some people that are like, dude, I just fucking somebody comes into my house, I'm shooting them. I'm like, I don't, dude, I think you can kill my wife.
If someone came into my house, I'd take out the gun and I'd point it at myself and kill myself.
I'll do it. You can take whatever you want, but if
Yeah.
you touch me, I'll kill myself.
One of my favorite bits, I forgot who it was. Some guy in his Comedy Central half hour had some joke. He's like, dude, I'm such a pussy. If somebody tried to break into my house, I just pretend like I was also breaking into that house. I'd be like, have you seen this guy? He's pretty cute. I think I'm going to get my rape on. And the guy would be like, whoa, man, I'm just trying to steal some shit. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. Have you guys ever had a house broken into?
No.
We had one where, like, I remember we were staying at a condo, and this is how fucking cool my dad is. The guy, we came in, and there's just a guy in our condo. He looked very Osama bin Laden like, just like a long beard, like Middle Eastern guy.
Floating in the ocean.
Yeah.
Wrapped in white tarps. It was a ghost.
It was the ghost of Osama. But the guy was just standing there. And my dad, like, instead of being like, who are you? He like looks at the door and kind of looks around. And he's like, this is the right condo, right? Like, he's like, this guy is bragging it, right? And then it was like, hey, and chased the guy. And the guy went to jump off the balcony. My dad grabbed his arm and was like, I'm going to like.
No way.
Yeah, my dad's.
I would never.
I'm such a
touch
pussy.
an Arab.
Yeah.
Before we get him, my dad goes.
He grabs his arm, he just turns into sand and flies away.
No! Wait right here. Get back here, Aladdin.
Your dad's like, I forgive you.
He jumps on a carpet, just flies away. It was just been hovering by the balcony.
Yeah, he jumps off the balcony, and they're like, "What?" And they look down, and there's a carpet waiting for him.
Go, 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 go.
Q is like, "We've got him now." Wait a minute,
Take him out.
is this Mission Impossible?
Dun, 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 dun.
My dad's like that though. He like, I think I've seen him getting like almost like physical altercations, and I'm like, dude, you're like, it's crazy. I'm like, you're like my size, and you're like old,
Right.
but he's stronger than me. Like we've been to the gym, and then he's like, he'll like show me up, but he doesn't look strong. It's
Interesting. Dad strength.
yeah.
What about a movie about a guy who like physically can't come, and it's called Emission Impossible?
Yeah. The whole movie's trying to nut.
They're just trying to make him come.
He's like going down on the string, but it's actually a sex swing. He's just trying his best.
This is the last.
That was good. You did a lot with nothing there.
Thanks, man. Just like Mission Impossible. Well, that is shoestring bit budget.
They keep making it look like this is the last one, but they haven't even said in the trailer. They're like, everything has been leading up to this.
Yeah.
Like, okay, is this the last one or is it not the last?
I think the last one will be the one that he dies doing.
Yeah.
And it'll be like a
It's called
30-minute
Mission
Emission Impossible.
We do. I
do all these jumps because I can't come. What were you going to say?
Yeah,
I was
gotta
gonna
go.
say I gotta wrap up. I gotta.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. We're just having
Dude,
fun,
thank you so
but-
much. I had a great time.
Of course, dude. It's
Yeah,
good to
dude.
see you. Good to have
I
you.
miss
back,
you guys.
right?
I miss food, but I really did miss you guys.
That's
Sure.
just. I hope you weren't looking at us and just seeing a couple of like drumsticks, rotating hams.
Oh, yeah.
Michael eats us. Well, yeah,
Morning
dude.
Goods exclusively takes place from prison.
You ever end a podcast and you're like, why do I feel like I admitted to something terrible? And I don't remember it, but I'm like, why do I feel like I admitted to something?
Well, your podcast, it's like abortion, rape, Arab guys turning to sand. Maybe it's just a guilt you feel from like going on the edges of society's norms.
That is true.
The edge of glory, dude.
I think you were fine though. If you said something, we would have been like, maybe you should cut that.
Yeah.
We give each other a look on News from Bed if we got to cut something.
Yeah, we go.
We go, "Ooh, time to
Yeah.
cut. I said someone's real name.
yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's been. Thank you guys so much.
Hey, thanks
course,
for coming
dude.
over. It's not my apartment. But
Yeah, how are you going to end this thing? What are you going to say?
You should start
Do you
playing
have like a
music.
saying now that you do?
So
And that's
long.
why I'm a faggot.
That's what I
Morning
normally
good.
say. So long, farewell. I
Da, da,
love to
da, da.
stay and play. I do.
Ba-ba-da-da-ba-da.